Hi, my name is Dajonae Pinto. I'm 18 years old. I now play for Navarro College. I'm a sophomore. My club back in Jamaica, I play for Honor Gardens, and I'm a midfielder.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Dajonae. I remember this time you spent with Next Gen, and actually you're one of the first person that we invited to Next Gen when you came. You were playing for Rainers Academy at the time, and I'll forget that. We had a discussion about the fact that you are talented, but we have things to work on off the field. So I definitely remember that, and the growth you've had over the years definitely exceptional, and I commend you for that first before we talk about anything else. But we'll now dive into year past and bring in everything that led to what is Dajonae right now. Can you start off with who introduced you to the sport and motivated you to keep going?
I would say I was kind of born into the sport because everybody in my family plays football. My mom used to play football. Father used to play football. All of my cousins used to play. So I've been playing from like 5 with the boys, like in my community, just like regular scrimmage and stuff like that. So I've been playing since I can remember. Who motivated me to keep going? I'd say one of my older cousins. Cause like as a young girl in Jamaica, your mother don't really want you to play football. You know that story.
Yeah, I do.
Don't really want to play football. So he was one that was kind of like, pushing her to be like, let her play. That's what she loves. So yeah, I'd say that was like the main reason to like motivate me to still keep going.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Just want to say we appreciate the support you have given us so far. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so and continue to enjoy the show.
And which team was the first team you ever played for in organized football?
Honor Garden, club. Yeah, I started playing 12 club.
You played under 13, or what division were you playing at the time, or was it the senior team?
I played under 12, under 13, I should say. I played under 13, and then I still played the Premier League.
At that time?
Yeah.
That's a big accomplishment to play at the senior level at just 13. What do you think that experience was like for you at that time? Because I know you played recently as well. What was it like for you then?
At that time, it was just more about fun.
Yeah.
It was just more about fun and just like getting to know the game more.
Mm-hmm.
At a young age, I didn't, no. You have to really like understand the game, know where you're supposed to be on the field, all of that. At a young age, you just want to go out there, have fun, and score goals. That's what it was about for me back then. Yeah.
I understand. So, seeing that you started out with Honor Gardens at 12, did you play for any schools or was it just club?
No, just club, because I went to St. Andrew High School for girls. They don't play schoolgirl football. They're more like academically focused.
Yeah.
So, Arnett, I started playing for Arnett at 12, and then that's how I got pushed into the national program from club, not schoolgirl.
Nice. And that's another way to do it, I think. Especially on the female side, it's very difficult to get into teams. They don't have any elementary school, prep school, primary level. And high school, some of them don't have it. As an example is with you, but you still push through, and right now you're in college and living it out. So when you're playing for Honor Gardens, you also joined Rainers Academy. How was that transition and how did that come about?
Let me tell you. The year I was 13, the second season at Arnett, I broke my ankle. Like, it was fractured in 2 places, and then COVID came. So, like, the club wasn't really going in Jamaica, so I had to do something when I came back. Like, the physio cleared me, and then there was nothing to play. There was no schoolgirl league, there was no club, nothing. So that's how I went to Rainers and like started playing again. Yeah. And the transition it was kind of smooth for me. It wasn't anything hard. It wasn't anything I didn't go through before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. And then during COVID, we all know it was difficult, but you had an injury as well. Mentally, who are besides, I assume that your cousin helped you as well. Was there anybody else in your support system that helped you keep positive during that time?
Yeah, my mom. Actually, no, by then my mom already came around.
Okay, she was already on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom, my dad, and especially my grandma, because I was ready to just stop playing.
Yeah, a lot of people were. So I definitely had to ask.
I was ready to stop playing. But at that point in time, I was really good.
Yeah.
So everybody just told me to keep on pushing.
And you had... How old are you at the time when COVID hit?
14, 13.
14. So that's roughly 2 seasons you played, and you basically had everybody on your team in terms of your family supporting you. That's good. Do you think that had you injured yourself or gotten injured later on in your career, would it have been more difficult for you to continue? Or do you think that at the early stage it was easier for you?
At the early stage, it was definitely easier. Because at that time, you're young, you just love the sport. There's nothing else on your mind than the sport. If that happened to me probably right now, I'd probably stop playing. If that happened to me right now. But back then, I was such a ball head.
Yeah.
So I was just ready to go back into it. The only thing probably just like stopped me was just like when the cast just came off, you didn't have to be going through physio. I was just ready to be done. But I was young and I loved it, so.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the video first. I really appreciate the support. Just want to let you guys know that there is a sweepstakes going on right now where you can win a free national team jersey for Jamaica to honor their Independence Day. That was August 6th. The winner will be decided on August 31st. It will be going on throughout this month. So look at the description below or in the comment section for the details of the sweepstakes if you want to enter. Thank you.
Were there any friends that you grew up with that you say are your rivals that helped you become a better player over the years?
Female or male?
And either. You can do one of each.
Female, I'd say Davia, Richard. Because we've been playing from next gen. Because at that time, that was like my growth period. At the transition, actually turning on a better player. And then we were all playing together and everybody's good, so that pushed me to, want to be better. Male, I'd say Adande. He was number 8 for women. He's on the Money Cup team. We've been playing together from like 5. From I started playing football, we've been playing together.
Oh really? It's a long time friend. It's good. It's always good to have some rivals in the around you, because sometimes you feel like you're playing, you're having fun, yes, but it's good to compare yourself when you're playing sports. It's always good to have that. And you had that healthy rivalry with Davia. I remember when you guys joined Next Gen, it was definitely an interesting football game to see. I used to tell you that you need to shoot more, because the goals really is what helps you to get marketed, not the dribbles.
Back then you tell me to shoot more. No, I shoot every time.
Exactly. I love that. Yeah, you definitely improved on that, because especially as an attacker, the goals are really what gets you somewhere.
I actually play CDM now. It's so crazy.
You play CDM now?
Yeah, I play 6, not 10.
I'm going to that soon, but how did the opportunity from Navarro come up when you're at St. Andrew College? Because obviously you weren't playing in school, but you're playing in club. So I assume that's how you...
Yeah, through club.
Made that connection.
My coach at club, she and my coach here are really good friends.
What's her name?
Tamara Williams and Chair Alicia Wilson. They're really good friends, and I used to play for the senior team, the women's senior team back then together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so when my coach here was like, she wanted a midfielder, she said I was the first person to come up. And then she asked about me within the national program, and everyone was like, yeah, she's good, so that's how I came here. That's how you came to Navarro.
Were there any other Jamaican players that came before you besides them that helped pave the way? Because I believe There might be a few.
Yeah. But the year before I came here, Lacey, can't remember her last name, but Lacey and Never Get Able was here, and they recommended me to come here too. So yeah.
That was good to have. And I think back before that, I don't know if you know, I'm not sure. I think Blackwood, Denisha Blackwood, was at Navarro before.
She was actually an All-American. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
like
something like that.
28 goals. I'm like, isn't then like a defender? That's crazy.
Nah, she was actually a forward.
She could play forward here.
Yeah, she was definitely a forward, and they put her at wing back professionally. I think she actually gets to play as a forward as well at the professional level sometimes, but she has both. She's not necessarily the best defensive player, but she can do her thing. I don't know if you know, Ajuma Johnson was in my team at Arnett. The same thing. Like, we have very good attacking wing backs who are usually coming from an attacking position. That's why. But yeah, I think Navarro definitely has a history of Jamaicans, and you definitely continue that trend. And I want to talk now about your positioning. So they recruited you as a 6, is that what you're saying? Or they recruited you to bring into the team?
No, I came here as a 10. Like, I play 10.
Yeah, man, I know you play 10 or wing.
Yeah, or wing. So I came here as a winger or 10. But when I just came here, like, I don't know. She sees something, like, she saw something different in me, I guess. So just like the way I switch the ball, like, and dictate and stuff, I'd be much better at 6. And I'm really aggressive and can tackle. And at the time, there wasn't a lot of people in the team where, like, really physical. And I'd say the league, like our region especially, really physical. So she want, like, that person in the middle to, like, distribute, dictate, organize, switch, and just get the game going and physical at the same time. So I just feel like she just molded me into that type of player.
So how has it been in terms of the communication? Because I remember when you just joined, we had a conversation about your difficulty leading the team. What's that been like?
Yeah, well, no, it's better. Well, no, it's better. No, it's better. I feel like when I talk English, I sound American, but
yeah.
No, but then I used to just try to, like, non-verbal communication, like
hand signals and everything.
Just simple words. Turn.
Yeah.
Left, right. 2 steps to your right, 2 steps to your left. Stuff like that. I didn't like, try to complicate it with the long sentences because most people wouldn't understand me. Yeah,
and that's definitely a good tip for other players to take on, because we as internationals do have that code switch that we have to do, but it's a lot easier when you can simplify the communication. And then as you gradually stay with the team and build chemistry, you start to get along with them more and they can understand you.
No, it's much better.
No, it's much better. Yeah. So I believe you also told me that you and Davia were in the same conference. Was that true? Or you guys just played a friendly match?
No, the thing is, how our conference set up, it's like I'm in region 14, I think Davia is in region 12. But the Texas conference, because Texas is so big, them have, like, split, everything is split. So when it comes down to ranked games, so I think last year Davia was ranked number 6 and I was ranked number 10. And her school is close to mine. So the two schools that are ranked, that are closer together, play. So the rankings can, go down. So it wasn't a season game, it was just a ranked game.
It was a ranking game. Okay.
So I feel like the voting to go to nationals.
Gotcha. Understood.
Because this year we don't play them. This year we play somebody else.
Yeah. How did your team do last year with playoffs?
Really good, actually, really good. I think our record was like 16-2. Went to nationals. We ended up losing the district, but because our team was so good, they ended up voting us into nationals.
Yeah.
We got voted in as a 3rd seed, I think. And then we went to quarterfinals and then we dropped out in penalties.
Oh, quarterfinals in the national in your first year? That's a big move. Congrats on that. I know you and your competitive self won't win it all, but that's still a big achievement for you and your team. I think you guys will definitely improve this year, so I'm looking forward to that. Do you have any?
I actually love my team this year.
Yeah.
Everybody has so much talent. So crazy. I feel like we're gonna go further than last year. I genuinely feel it. We're gonna go further than last year.
So there's a lot of recruiting going on over in the off season.
Yeah, because this year it's so like diverse. You have people from Europe. I think we have like 3 girls from Europe: Switzerland, Denmark, Australia, South Africa, Argentina, Ecuador.
Oh, that's a melting pot. That's nice. And you also get to experience the different cultures now instead of having to go and visit their country, and maybe you can build that network. So that's always good. I hope you do build that network and not be out by yourself. But I don't think you're that person anyway. So you're a good person and friendly. So I know you'll be visiting some European countries sooner or later. What's your, I guess, goals for the academic year as well as on the field this year?
Academically, honestly, just want to maintain my 4.0. Yeah, that's it. You know, I'm a smart girl, but
into academic school, so that's good.
Yeah, but academically, I just want to maintain the 4.0. If not, don't let it fall behind 3.7.
Yeah.
On the field, maybe like at least 10 assists.
Score some goals. No, you see the problem now? You start with scoring goals, boss. That's the first thing you must start with.
No, I'm getting to
the
that.
problem with it.
I'm getting to it.
I don't care if you're a 6, you know. Tell them say you're a striker.
I'm getting to it. You didn't even let me finish talk.
No, you start with goals. You always start with.
Okay, fine. At least 10 goals and at least 10 assists.
All right, my boss. Good.
So 10-10.
You see, especially now as a number 6.
Yeah, I tried going to the first All-American team this year.
Yeah. If you can score a lot as a 6, you have to be All-American. Like, without a doubt.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you score 10 goals and make goalie passes,
yeah,
there's no way I cannot be in it. Because we make 3rd team last year.
Well, you have to take shots.
Barely any stats.
You have to take shots, all right? Keep taking shots.
I do take shots.
All right. Every now and again. But, yeah.
I guess I'm not going to my game, them. Swear. I'm going to send you my game so you can watch.
Yeah, please do.
A different player
than you were before. We actually had a conversation about that. You spoke about Coach Sammy, who we were both coached by at some point. How do you feel that his training helped you get ready for college?
He totally evolved me as a player. Like, my touch got so good because of him. Like, and it doesn't matter where the ball is coming from or how far it's coming from out of the air. Like, if I touch it up, it's dead.
Yeah.
I feel like I can dribble more because of him too. Like, closer to the ball at my feet. Turns, especially turns. I can turn like out the tight spaces because of him. And
that's probably why coach decided to put you at number 6 as well.
Yeah.
Seeing the big improvement you had.
The turns.
Because that's very hard to find a player with that much confidence on the ball, as you say. So I look forward to seeing the game.
He was training with boys, and then he was just like, the fact that you're turning and have so much confidence with boys, it's kind of, you know. And him and my coach here conversate too.
Okay.
He used to coach her at the national team.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. He used to coach at the national team. So like, he would like relay the information. So I feel like because like he evolved me in that type of player, she was just like, all right, I'm gonna put you at 6.
Yeah.
Because of the information that was being.
When did you make the transition to 6? Was it at the start or midway through the season last year?
I would say probably like 2 months in. Midway.
Midway through the first season?
Yeah. Okay. Because the first couple of games I was playing 10 and I was playing striker.
Yeah.
Sometimes she put me on the wing.
And you feel like you didn't do well? Or you feel like you did exceptional?
I did well, but she just, as I said, she just saw something different that I wasn't seeing. So maybe like the end of the season, and especially in spring, that's where I started to like, she started to start me at 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she started to start me axis because the starting six left after the season. So I was the starting six. And
Okay.
I remember the first game I played really good, and after that that was just
cemented in that position. Did you battle any injuries during your time at Navarro so
injuries.
far?
I wouldn't say injuries, but when I just got here last year, because my body wasn't used to like so much rigorous training at like 3 times a day plus gym, my muscles just were always sore and tight, sometimes pulling, but that's basically it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any major injury, no.
And that's one hurdle we do find in athletes that go over to college. The transition in terms of the workload can be a little bit difficult at first because you're not used to that consistent training, especially during preseason. I don't think you've had an extensive preseason like that before you got to Navarro, correct?
Because even though preseason, you have to roll out, massage gun, ice.
Yeah, all that. So you definitely are learning things in that regard. And in the mentorship, we always encourage players to make sure they're doing their own work, like stretching a lot more than we use, because I believe that in the Jamaican culture, we don't stretch nearly enough. We do like a 2 minutes and then go up on the field, come off the field, the 2 minutes again if we decide to, and then come off again.
But here in America, like
there's a whole program.
Seriously, like literally. When I came here, I never expected people to take stretching that seriously. For me, up to now, it's still not that serious.
Yeah.
But you just have to do it because the team is doing it.
Yeah, I think it's a good practice to get, because especially with you, with the potential to go professionally afterwards, it's going to be a part of you. It's going to be second nature. You have programs for it in the professional level. So I definitely think it's something you can continue to, do with the team, but do it on your own as well. Because once you even when you get into the 4-year university, the workload is going to increase again from what you are right now. Not to say you can't do it, but you might feel that transition type fatigue again that you did last year when you got into Navarro. So be prepared for that. Do you think that you inspired anybody that you know to continue their career back home?
Yeah, definitely. Like Andreen. You know Andreen?
Andreen Smith?
Yeah, you know Andreen.
The new whisper?
No new whispers. Only one Andreen Smith.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's always encouraging when Jav and Davia, everybody, remember they left before us. Us it was always this big. We were just always this big group of friends. Everybody were so close. But some of them were older than us, so they left before us. So when Javani was leaving, she was just like, make sure you guide Andreen and let her still, be on the right path.
Yeah.
I feel like that's exactly what I did, and now look at her in Europe causing problems.
That's always good, and she has chosen that path, and we always support that. And I think that she does have the quality to get to a higher level, and hopefully she can forge a path for other athletes back home. And so they have that decision to make between going professionally and going to college from high school, because we don't see enough of that, especially in the female game. So it's good to see that she's at that stage. Your time with the national team, let's talk about that a little bit. What was that like? Which team did you start out with, and what experiences do you want to talk about?
Actually, I started U15, but then, because U15, the camps, it goes into like when there's club. And remember I told you that my ankle got broken.
Yeah.
In the team, but I couldn't play, injured. But then I played U17. So I started from U17 and then U20. Got called up for U20. But the national team, it's different from everything. Like, it's more, but then I wasn't used to that much professionalism. But when I went to the national team as somebody that doesn't really, understand it, like, it's gonna be a whole new territory for you. So
that's true.
It was much rigorous training. You had to be very consistent. Every training session you had to be consistent. And yeah, you just
I know you told me a little bit about your time with the U20s that you were on camp, and you said that there needs to be, I can say, the timing of your competition was off because I think you had exams during that time. Is that correct?
Yeah, because how my mom say she don't play about school. So even when I got picked into the team, I had exams, so she didn't let me go to the tournament.
Yeah, that must be difficult for you,
Yeah, so the timing of the U20 tournament, and then most of the people that fall under U20 is people that do exams, that do CXC. So they need to fix that up so everybody can actually play. So because a lot of people didn't end up playing because of exams, so they had to use a lot of international players.
Okay.
They didn't use that year. They probably used like 5 local players.
Really?
Yeah, if that much.
So I think that's something that they should be assessing from long before, because I'm pretty sure they knew the timeline of these tournaments. If it is that they should be getting younger players, not to say you guys shouldn't go, but younger players with the program who might not have exams, to develop them from early, and then you guys would be more with the senior team from an earlier stage. Because I've always talked to players and coaches about the fact that we're delaying the development of players nowadays in Jamaica. I think the U19 should be stopped. Like, that should be a professional league. Because at 19 years old, what are you doing? Under 16 can be a high school thing, and then they can transition whether they decide to continue school, go to college, or they can go professionally. Because we're seeing like 14, 15-year-olds in 2024 going professionally. You see that? Exactly. That's 16, 17-year-old playing the Euros and winning Euros. Like, we have to adapt to the times. And I think that your experience is an example of how that could have been fixed. Like, having you guys with the senior program as opposed to an 18-year, 19-year-old going into the under-20s playing a tournament when they have exams. Like, you can't have a student athlete picking that between their academics and football. Like, they have to be able to do both if they want to. So I think that was a tough experience for you, I think. And we talked about it as well, that it was frustrating for you. But you definitely
I wanted to play, but at the end of the day, school.
Yeah. And I think I say your mom, but your family made a good decision. I know that it might have been hard and everything, but having academics is a very good thing. And you will get more opportunities down the line, especially with the senior team, I think. Because you've done very well in Navarro so far, in top Elite 8 in your first year. Once you get into a 4-year university, it's going to be sky's the limit for you. So you just have to continue to stay positive, which I think you're already doing.
Go D2 or D1. But I
think you'll go D1. If you're playing as a 6 and scoring 10 goals, a Division 1 school probably get it. But a good D2 school can get D2 as well. It can be a factor, but it's not the end of the road. If you decide to go to D2, you can still go professional.
I've been talking to some schools, but like the D1 that reached out to me, I don't think I'd flourish there as a 6 because they play boot ball.
Oh, Route 1.
They don't play like put the ball on the ground play.
Yeah.
That's why I'm used to playing. The only thing I do there as a 6 is just tackle. And you know I don't like tackling.
Yeah, I was surprised that they said that you're one of the aggressive players. Because I don't see that. I think you get frustrated when you lose the ball. That's one time I see you tackle, but otherwise I don't see it. But that's interesting.
Frustration drive the physicality.
Yeah. And that's another thing we can talk about. Like, I think not every school is your fit. And I think that's one example of what you're saying. Like, you see a team that wants you that plays Route 1 football, but that's not your style. So if you can choose with the schools, so anybody listening to this, well, if you can choose, it's always good to pick something that you'd fit in with. If you don't have a choice, then, adapt, go and play and do your best. But I think you're right. You're definitely a on-the-ground type player, especially with Coach Sammy training. So
yeah, I like to see good football.
yeah,
I don't feel like just getting the ball from defense and launching it up to your strikers with football. That's utter foolishness to me, in my opinion.
and also being on better fields, I think you definitely want that more for you, because I don't think you could have played much underground football when you're back home. Even though you tried to, it wasn't the best surface for you dribbling or passing.
Yeah.
But now you're on a good field, you like the good tiki-taka football that you like to see. But I think you always, for me, seem like one of the players who would stand out in a program. It's just, as I always told you, your character was a work in progress.
It's different. No, I don't get frustrated.
Yeah.
To that extent anymore. I still get frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose. I like
spirit.
Yeah, it's just like a competitive spirit for me. And I feel like I know how to like how you told me to control my anger. I know exactly to do that now. So I'm good now.
Happy to hear that. Any other final advice you give to young athletes in high school?
Stay in school and do your work. Academics is just as important as football, because it brings you a long way, and you have to always have a backup plan what if football doesn't work out. And as for football, just continue working, be consistent, be determined, and just drive every day. And aspire to be better each and every day.
Yeah.
1% better every day.
1% better every day. All right. Thank you, Dajonae. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.